lovely day, and today is going to be a good day.
A spectacular victory.
We're on the motorway on the way to Basingstoke, where we are going to Dyno Tech, where we can show you our plans. My dad has a bit of history with Dyno Tech from when he was racing in BSB. Tell us more, Dad. Say hi.
Hi. Hi, sports fans. Yeah, what do you want the story I was telling you a minute ago?
Yeah, when you race for when Dyno Tech helped make your bikes.
Super fast. No, yeah. So long story. Well, it's not. There's no long story short. It's just a long story. 2010, when I won my first British Championship, HM built my bike to start the year, and then we went to the first round of Brands Hatch, qualified pole. Crashed the lap after I qualified pole. The guys rebuilt the bike and didn't do the throttle bodies up, so I did DNF'd the race. Anyway, then on the Wednesday before Thruxton, we done a track day at Old Park as testing, and I blew the bike up. Bear in mind, on the Friday we were at Thruxton, so we had no engine in the bike, and we were going to Thruxton BSB 2 days later. Dyno Tech were the only people that could squeeze us in, so we dropped the engine off, we dropped the bike off straight away from Old Park, and they literally worked 2 days flat out on it, and we picked it up at 6 o'clock on the Friday morning at BSB. Went out for first practice, got the bike built, went out for first practice, and I got a front puncher, so we pulled in pit lane, swapped all the tyre around, went back out, done one lap, cold tyre, P1 straight away. It was a min weekend. I topped every session. TSL, don't lie, I was I think 0.7 quicker than anyone in qualifying. In the race, I pulled 2.3 seconds on the first lap. It was my first ever win at British Championship, and yeah, it was great because we put the bike on the dyno after, and everyone was thinking, oh, this bike's, as everyone does, if you're winning, you're cheating, obviously. And it was 119 horsepower, which the figure wasn't great. Obviously, they didn't build a power bike, but the bike was unreal. I think it had 50 odd pound of torque or something. They just done a real good job of it. But yeah, so it was good because we got accused of cheating, and when it came out of the dyno at 119, it put a few people back in their places. What's to say? What did it do? What would you say?
Houses, I don't know.
Put them back in their houses. Yeah, it definitely put people back in their houses. Get in your house. That's what we said. And then yeah, obviously we won the British Championship that year, so they done a min job. So big thanks to Keith and Andy for sorting that out, because that was the start to my half decent racing career. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's alright. Just alright.
What's your favourite story then? Come on, turn around, do us one of your favourite stories about racing.
So my alright story was at my first ever race weekend at Fab Racing in the rookies, and I think it was either my first or my second race, and just kept enjoying it. My first race on a rookie bike, and then 5 laps in maybe, I could smell fuel.
Oh yeah.
And my levers were I could feel my levers getting wet. So, and I just kept riding round, and then I finished the race, and when I finished the race, I looked down at my fuel tank, and there was no fuel cap on the bike.
It was stinking of fuel. I blame the mechanic. Don't you blame the mechanic?
Oh yeah, I blame the mechanic. I think I know who that is. Yeah.
Definitely wasn't me, I was busy.
Oh yeah, you were busy, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I remember that actually, because you were stinking.
Yeah, that's my favourite story. We've been teasing you in our previous vlogs about our racing plans for 2026, and today you are going to see what they are. For all you eagle-eyed viewers, you may have already guessed what our plans for next year are. So pause the video and take your guess.
Right.
Quick pit stop. Just dropped my metro kit off at Carl and me at TT Motorsport. Need to fix the gearbox oil plug.
Okay, have you got an oil leak there then?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want us to do? Do
Um,
you want us to strip it, make sure it's okay, carry out some checks, repair it and then refill it?
yeah.
Alright, and when do you need it done by?
The weekend.
Okay, which day?
Saturday.
We'll have it done before then, no worries.
So, our 2026 plans, if you guess right, Super Stock 1000. Just joking, we're on our way to Dyno Tech now and all will be revealed. 2026 season, let's see if you guess right. Here he is. NSF 250. Going to be riding it in the British Talent Cup in 2026. Hoping to get a nice rookie season.
Go. So Harrison,
Right, mate. Where'd you get that?
everyone,
Mint bike.
this is Mike.
Mint bike.
When he makes himself presentable.
I'm presentable.
So Mike is Mr. LRA. Where are we then, H?
We're at Dyno Tech.
And what are the boys doing?
Gonna dyno my bike.
Hopefully not
Alright.
quite up.
Well, hopefully not.
This is my job for 2026. Teeing people up. Andy. Oh, yeah. White one chili, yeah? I can give it a kick. White one chili? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right.
Just left Dyno Tech, 7:10. Massive thanks to Keith and Andy for dynoing the bike and letting me have a go on the dyno just to run through all the gears. and that bike will be our training bike for the winter, just on me, my first time riding round and like really getting good on the NSF, so then we're ready for that 2026 season. I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't believe I'm riding a 250, and all my mates at school would be really shocked because 250 would go really fast, and just changing up and down the gears on the NSF was really just like amazing me. We bought the bike as a practice bike, and even though it's just a practice bike and it's been used before, it actually ran a really good speed on the dyno. And also thanks to Mike and Cece, they were there. They're like team owners of LRA Moto, and also thanks to Carl, because just getting that bike sorted and also helped sorting my Metro kit. You might have seen Carl in the videos. He's going to be our mechanic for Talent Cup next year, unless he gets snapped up by some MotoGP team.
And hello guys, sorry for the long wait of the YouTube video. I'm just going to give you a recap of my season so far. So we started Lid, and we started the Friday with some good confidence, and I was top of every session. And then we just in extremes, like always, just getting more track time. And in extremes we were roughly second, and then qualifying comes. I was pole in 70s, second in extremes, and in the extreme race I crashed. My foot peg hit the floor, and we're just working on like height of the bike just to try stop that happening again. And then in the other two extreme races I came second behind Wilson, was just trying to stick with Wilson, but I think it was race 2, I had a bit of a problem with the bike. It was just bogging down a little bit down the straight. I think maybe just with the heat and stuff, and I think it might have been a spark plug, I'm not sure. But all 70 races, won all 3 of them, and first race was 10, second race might have been 8, and the third race was 5. And we came out of Lid looking very strong for Ella. And then Ella Park, on the Friday, we were doing really well in the 70s. I really enjoy Ella, because I got my first win here. And extremes and 70s were together on practice. And then qualifying, I was like, we and Frankie were very close. I managed to just get pole, and then I think I got 4th maybe in extremes, because there were some new people there. And then in race 1, 70s, this happened. So there's a bit of overband on the track there on the final corner, and I think what happened was maybe I went over it and it was really hot, and I think you can kind of see from my tyre after the crash that my wheel had spun up, so that wasn't too good. But we managed to get everything together, went out on my second bike that I've been using for the extreme race, and then we came into Sunday trying to reboot that confidence, and we were not at the pace we should have been. I reckon we should have been a bit faster, but we still managed to hold the lead, and hopefully, as you can see here, we were just battling with Frankie, Travis and Finley, and I managed to take the 2 wins on the Sunday. And in the extremes race, I think it was race 2, I was just struggling with my pace, trying to get used to a race while just being on my own and stuff, and I was struggling with pace, trying to get into the 47s. But then race 3 in 70s as well, I managed to win that with another good battle. And then in the race 3 extremes as well, we were just going out there last, because we were going to go out there and go have a fun race, but in the end it was cancelled due to a red flag. So we went out with a win in the 70s, and that was it, and then won it for Owen and Shane. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all my sponsors that can get me here to the races, and for everyone that's helped me and everyone that's always there for me. And thank you for watching my video.